Chris here, thanks for joining me on this video. Yes, it is going to be the last one on the Civic build because this is just everything, chassis and final assembly under one roof. So yeah, it's been a little while. I've been a bit slack. It's been a few weeks since I've done any really sort of posting. Just with work, been so tired and whatever else, and obviously, family bits going on. Yeah, I'm just a little bit behind. So I did a mass sort of prime of the chassis bits, all in this here, plate and a few of the bits. And I've just been chipping away at little bits here and there of the chassis part, the body part, trying to get as much done as possibly can, as quick as I can, because I'm way behind on time for my projects. So yeah, this one it's going to be chassis and then final assembly. So just to look at some of the bits I've been doing, I'm just going to include it all. Should we start with the body? So with the body, we've got, the radiator, I've just gone over it with some just a chrome marker, and we've added some, so with some Aoshima kits, you get some of these chrome sheets. For those who watch me or watch my stuff quite regular, you see I've used some of those. I've just cut a sheet to go on the back there for where the light bar goes. Got the chrome rear lights installed. Now we've got the boot straps with some photo metal parts. You've got the bracket holds it, and the bracket that holds the ball end of it as such. Got a metal part on the fuel caps out of the side, and then the black trim looks very rough indeed, but that was only done by brush, and I just used some Citadel black. You thin it with water, nice and easy. Applied it on with the brush. That way, if you need to remove a little bit, you can just use a cocktail stick or something like a pointed cotton swab, and you can just remove it off. The reason I did that is by hand, is because A, I didn't want to mask it up, and B, it doesn't have to be neat. It's literally just for a backing for the lights, windows, so you couldn't see any of the white plastic anymore. So if I hold that in place, look, you can't see how rough it is, so it's absolutely fine. Same with the back windows, front windows. The wheels, we've gone for what you commonly see quite often is red coded, blue coded. It's more for the pit crews for when they're doing a quick change. Obviously they get to change them. Obviously, one's for one side, one's for the other side. Suspension, things like that you see in rally and all sorts. And I just thought I'd apply it to this. And yes, the wheel should have been silver, but I fancied doing white just to add my little twist to it. The brakes and the calipers as usual, I've gone gold. The brake discs are the metal parts. I've got them sand with the folded grit. We've got them stuck on. Just some other bits that have, like the subframes and the other, drive shafts or whatever. There was a metal photo wet sheet part that bent around the bumper like that for that decal from the detail upset. I thought it looked a bit weird the way it sits, but that's my interpretation of how it looks on there. Look, so it looks like it folds and just sits with a bit of a kink. But that's excuse me, that's how it calls for it. So be it. Struggled with these because it's just so small, so tiny. I don't think they've sat straight either, unfortunately. It was just, I found it so difficult working at such tiny detail. So difficult. The front bumper, we've actually got metal grill. I just used a black acrylic pen. I just painted that just to hide that. And then if we can get it focusing, there's a metal detail up part for the connector hose. Just in front of that headlight, yeah. And so that's that done. What else we got? The lights. So as usual, as I normally do, black Sharpie around the edges. But with these lights, because you've got the front lens and the indicator lens, and they should be separate, I just dropped a bit of panel line accent in there just to give it that line definition. It's all about the details. And then I painted the red Mr. Colour Clear Red, and I masked off that cube for obviously the reverse lights as such. Again, dropped some panel line accent in between the orange and the red. So yeah, that's all I've got to do now really, is just assemble it, and then I've literally got the front window decal, back window decal, and I think there's one more. We'll get to that in a minute. The exhaust was just painted in a steel, and again I've just, with that Citadel black, just dabbed it into the exhaust tip. Not that you're going to see it because it stops underneath the car. In the tub we've got just a few little bits and bobs, mostly black wipers, the cost members, whatever. The air ducts, so I could only find one reference photo, and it looked like there was a bit more of like a foil end. So I've just gone round the tips of these inlet hoses, the air ducts, vents, whatever, that go under the bumper. I've just run around the edge with a chrome marker, just to, you know, simulate what I've seen on the reference photo. The only thing we've got left to do really is we've got to put the inserts in for the mirrors, and then once it's fully assembled I'm going to pop the metal springy aerial in. But for now we're just going to go and build it. So again, I am in a bit of a rush. Like I said, I'm way behind on projects. So many projects, not enough time, as they say. So what we're going to do is we're just going to blast through this quick as we can. It's fairly simple and easy to put together. I will be honest, I can't remember what I actually put in this Civic build I did towards the end of last year. But we'll come back in a short while just to see. What I'll do is once I've got all the chassis bits together, before I put the interior on and the body on, I'll just show you how that looks. So enough waffling, time to get some action. Right then, so as you can see, we've done quite a lot. So much so we've nearly actually finished it. As expected, it went together beautifully. I did attach the front and back tow hooks after assembly. You know, the brake air vents, they went on nice and easy. It all went together nicely. You have to pre-drill some holes. You know, like for example, you have to drill some holes in there. You have to drill some holes for the connecting rod for the exhaust. That's about halfway down. But other than that, went together really nice, really nicely. The bumpers went straight on, bit of glue. Really happy with how it's looking. I've got a bit of focus, look. And the fronts, really like how this is looking. And I'm really happy I went with the white wheels instead of silver. I just think that the white wheels will just work with the white on the body much better. And I like a good Japanese car with the white wheels. The wing mirrors, now the wing mirrors are on, because I hand painted those instead of using the decals, because I couldn't be doing with trying to wrap them around and have all the creases and whatever else. So I tried to get a mix of the Citadel paints, and it's not too bad. It's not perfect, but I'm happy. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Front window, that's just popped in. There's no glue needed. It's actually just held into place really well. So yeah, that's nice and snug on there. Need to give it a bit of a wipe. I got the bonnet pins, look, they're not too bad. Got to be careful of these little pins there. One should be yellow, but I decided to go from both red. And yes, I know the decals and the plugs, the pins are not lining up, but they didn't line up on the that look. Didn't line up on there either. So yeah, I'm not sure what the reason is for that, but yeah, we've done that. So what I'll do is I'll quit my jibber jabber, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to install these clear parts, install the windows, and then what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using some of this micro crystal clear. So what I'll do is I'll just, like I say, I'll cut my jibber jabber, and then I'll just get to using some of that. So I'm just quickly going to give these windows a wipe. Really happy with that. It's all coming out, all coming along. So yeah, just get these clear parts on, get the spoiler, then the wipers, then the last couple of decals for the windows, and voila, it's done. So let's get to it. Right, an apology. I just had to stop recording. I just find it too much with the phone in between me and the model when I'm trying to get close and just trying to make sure I'm getting everything done properly. So yeah, I've kind of just skipped so much of what I was hoping to show of putting it all together at the end. It's turned out to be not a lot of being put together at the end, just because it was in the way. The camera, that is. I need to figure out a better way. I mean, I've got my camera's on an arm, but I'd rather have it facing sort of at the model instead of above it. And I can't unfortunately have it the other way because there's a wall there. So this is the reason why I don't often put action shoots in the videos. It's just because the camera's in the way. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this has turned out. Really happy, really happy. Now, there's been a few flaws and whatever I've pointed out before. A few little other things. It's mainly my inability or lack of skill, or rushing or whatever, or just being a bit clumsy that has caused these, because the kit in itself is fantastic. The decals that come with it are fantastic. The detail upset that Edgar kindly sent along with it, but brilliant. So yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon with how this looks, and it's really making me want to build more race cars. It's just gone together so nice. If we can just look underneath, so that's the underneath, and then so yeah, really happy. And I'm actually really happy I went with this semi-gloss clear coat. I like the finish. I like the finish a lot. I think more so because it's got the race livery. I don't think I'd like that finish as much if it was just a single plain colour. But like all the little details, I'm pleased I didn't lose any of these. Pleased I didn't lose any of these, and I've kind of got them looking half as respectable. Yeah, that was easy enough, putting that on the top. It's a bit scary, don't know. Dusting, nightmare. But it's gone in the case anyway. I've knocked that off. Tried to put that back on. And then added some extra Scale Riders decals just on the side there, as it was from Scale Riders. Being as he's got it on stickers and merchandise. For example, there was these little bags that at a time, and there was stickers, and also a t-shirt, which I am actually currently wearing with that logo on, with 124 Limited. So yeah, over the moon, absolutely over the moon. Even with the imperfections, I don't care. I love it. I love everything I've done with it. I love that I went with the white wheels instead of the grey. I much prefer the white wheel look, especially on a Japanese car, especially on a Japanese race car, especially on a Japanese race car with white around the body. I love the green trim. It's just ace. It really is. There's little bits of detail. I'm really happy with how the wing mirrors turned out, even though I brush painted them from a mixture of 3 different Citadel paints. It does have a few little issues in the roof, where there was like little mini craters. I don't know if you can see that there, look, just up the top. I don't care. I love it. I think it's ace. I really like this car, very much so. So yeah, it's going to go in its case, and it'll go on the shelf next to the black Kanjo build. There we have it. One signed, sealed, delivered Civic in its new home. There we have it. So again, once again, many thanks to Scale Riders for sponsoring this build, for sending me the kit, for sending me the detail up parts. I really appreciate it. It's an absolute fantastic kit. It's just a shame that it was the last one, possibly the last NuNu kit on Scale Riders. I'm not sure about that side, but that was definitely the last Mooncraft Jax kit on this site. So yeah, again, for sending me the last one, I really appreciate it. But anything you need from Scale Riders, get on over there, check it out. There's kits, there's tools, there's paints, there's detail upsets, there's decals, there's everything. And it's literally all there. That is your one-stop shop. That is an awesome shop. You're going to get the best service, and you're going to get 10% off if you order something and put in Kit Builder Chris at discount. The voucher, discount code. That's the word. Can't find it. Get there in the end. Thank you everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. Next up, we've got a nice little lowrider. So if that is going to pique your interest, keep you out for that. And it's going to be a very special build. A very special build indeed. More will be revealed when that project goes live. So again, look after yourselves. Take care. See you next time. All the best.